Welcome everyone to Pretty Peacock's Nursery. This is Amy. This is a little guy you haven't seen in a while. This is my Xander sculpt by Cassie Brace. And I do call him Xander. So he is, I went ahead and undressed him. And I'm just going to put him in a little sleeper. And I have some more exciting news. He's going to go into this little sleeper, and it says, "Welcome to the world." And this is a little me sleeper, and little me's things tend to run big. So I'm going to put him in this, so it should fit him perfectly. He's kind of a in-between size of a preemie and a newborn. So this larger preemie should fit him well. So I'm just going to go ahead and start getting him dressed. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what's coming next. Okay. So I've been thinking about... look at these legs, y'all. I love these legs. I've been thinking about downsizing my nursery again. I think I have, and this is just an estimate, I think I have 18 or 19 dolls in my collection. And they don't all get the attention that I would like for them to get as a doll that's in my collection. So I'm thinking about truly downsizing. I mean, honestly, I would like to get down to about 4 or 5 dolls. That way I know they'll all get the attention that, you know, they'll all get plenty of attention and whatnot. But realistically, I don't think I could get down to less than 10 dolls. I really don't, realistically. And I'm not even so sure that that's realistic for me, because I'm one of these collectors that is constantly looking at dolls, and I'm constantly seeing another doll out there that I want. And so a lot of times I have to sell one of my dolls to be able to get a doll that I see out there that I want. And, but little Xander here is not going anywhere. He is definitely in my probably top 2 favorites right now. I've got my little Holden that I just got recently, which is the Michael sculpt by Bountiful Baby, and he was lovingly painted by Nasa at Wild Bloom Babies. And I love her artistry. I love, the way she paints. So he's probably my favorite. And then Xander is probably my next in line. Xander has a sweeter face. Excuse my son. Xander has a sweeter face than I think Michael does. I mean, the Michael sculpt. But the way that Nasa weights her babies, it just makes them a dream to hold. So, and they're more realistically weighted to feel like a newborn. So my Michael sculpt, Holden, weighs a lot more than Xander here does. And therefore he feels a lot more realistic as far as when you hold him. Xander weighs a lot less, but he is super cute. And there's no way that either Holden or Xander are going anywhere anytime soon. Now, he's all dressed and looking ever so sweet. I recently got a Baby Yoda, and I'm really thinking I'm going to sell him because I'm not one that's into Star Trek and Star Wars and all those kind of movies. My husband loves them. And I saw this baby Yoda and I was like, oh, it's so cute. So I got it. But to be honest, I really haven't held him since I got him. I basically changed his outfit once, did a blanket reveal video of him. I have then sat him in a chair in my living room, and he has sat there ever since. He has not been touched. He's not been held. And I mean, I realize it hasn't been that long of a time because I haven't had him that long. But the problem is I don't feel the desire to pick him up. I don't feel the desire to hold him. It's not there. And even though the whole Baby Yoda thing is in high demand right now, and you would think that it being cute and it being in high demand that I'd want to keep him, I can't foresee having a doll that I spent money on, a good bit of money on, and having it just sit there and not having the desire to do anything with it. I might as well sell it to someone who will absolutely adore it and want to do something with it. So, that is my feelings about my Baby Yoda. So he will be going up for sale. Then I have my Sienna sculpt, which is a Bountiful Baby sculpt, and I think it's a pretty, like an older Bountiful Baby sculpt. I had never seen one until I purchased the one I have. And she's beautifully done, beautifully painted by Mirari Ramos. But again, she's one that I never pick up. I mean, I like her, and you can pose her really well and everything, but she's one that I just don't think about doing anything with. So I think I'm going to let her go. I'm also thinking about letting my Levi go. And getting rid of my Levi. Right now, those are the only three that I'm thinking about parting with. It crossed my mind to part with Eli, which is my Owen sculpt by Bountiful Baby. But he's painted so beautifully, and he's just, he's not cuddly feeling. He feels very hard. He doesn't feel very cuddly, and I took his head off the other night to add more polyfill into him, so maybe he'd feel a little more cuddly, but he still just doesn't feel very cuddly. But he's beautifully painted, and just to sit there, and he's got a torso, and just to sit there and look at him with his torso on and just a diaper, he's just gorgeous. And so I don't think I can get rid of him, because at one point, he was my favorite. Never thought I would, because I never was a big fan of the Owen sculpt, so I never thought, my Owen sculpt would be my favorite. But for a while there, he was my favorite, and he spent a lot of time up here in my room, in my bed, so it's, even though I'm kind of thinking now I don't have that same bond that I used to have with him, I don't think I can let him go just yet. Of course, right now my 3-month Joseph is up for sale. I have someone that is interested in him, but has not paid me the money for him yet. So, and keeps telling me, and I will tag my friend Lynn with this, because she said, do people ever ghost you? And this guy, and yes, it is a man, he kind of does ghost me, but then he comes back all of a sudden. And so he says he's definitely interested, and then he tells me, okay, I'll have the money next week, and then I don't hear anything. I send him a follow-up message, and I don't hear anything. And then he tells me, okay, I'm getting the check next week, so I'll be able to buy him. can you put him on hold again? I do, and then I don't hear from him, and I send him another message saying, are you still interested? Please let me know so that I can reactivate him if you're not interested anymore. And I don't hear anything from him. So I just go ahead and reactivate him, and if somebody gets to him before this man does, then so be it. Business is business. So I kind of feel like I'm being ghosted, but then he always comes back, and he's like, I'm still interested, and he'll ask a bunch of questions, and he'll say, oh, I'll have payment next week, and then I don't hear from him. So I don't know if the payment just doesn't come in like he expects it to, or if he's just trying to, act like he's interested when he's not. I just don't know. So even though I have my Joseph 3-month listed on Mercari, he is actually not activated right now, which I'm getting ready to go in and reactivate him. But he is still for sale. I list all of my dolls on Mercari. That is where, if you're ever interested in finding one of my babies that is for sale out of my collection, they're all out of my collection. I am not a reborn artist. They're all just, I guess you would call them orphans when I get ready to sell them, because they're all out of my personal collection, and I always list them on the Mercari app. So if you ever see any of my videos and I mention that such and such baby is going to be up for sale and you're interested, please go to the Mercari website, look up Peacock Lady, and there you will find all of my listings. So, that is that. And I've thought about listing my Kelby, which is my Down syndrome sculpt. He is the Jenny sculpt. But I feel like I can't, because I've got so many clothes. He's like the perfect 6 to 9 month size. And I feel like if I get rid of him, then I don't have a doll to fit into that size clothing. And then I'll be buying another doll. Plus, Kelby's really cute. So, I think I'm just going to keep Kelby. In fact, I have Kelby over here, actually. Usually, I don't have him up here with me. But I did change his clothes this morning. So, I'm going to actually take Xander here. And I'm going to move Xander over here. And I'm going to bring Kelby. And I'm just going to put Kelby in the frame so you can see him. See, he's a big guy. I mean, you can't even see his feet. Let me turn his head. There he is, just smiling away. Plus, if I were to sell this baby, he would not be cheap. I did not, I paid quite a bit for him. Therefore, I would sell him for quite a bit. He is in perfect condition from when I got him. There, now he's turned over that way. And look, see, he's got his little shoes on. I mean, he's just so adorable. And this little outfit that Kelby is wearing was actually belonged to my sons when they were babies. And my oldest son is 19. So this little outfit is like 19 years old. And, but both of my sons wore it. And, so, anyway, that is just kind of, what's going on. Except, I've kind of saved the main thing for last. There is another baby coming into my nursery. I mentioned this earlier in the video that, I have a tendency to rotate my collection all the time. So, I have another baby coming into my nursery, and I think I've mentioned this on my channel before, that I have been looking for a Maddie sculpt. And I found one, finally, that I like, and so I ordered her, and she'll probably be here sometime this week. So, I'm looking forward to getting Maddie, and although I will not call her Maddie, I think I'm going to call her Harper. So, Anyway, that's kind of what's going on in the nursery right now. I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I hope everyone enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Have a good Sunday, everyone.